Hey everyone, welcome back to Bronwyn's Magical Crafts. This is Tree of Life Pendants Part 2. Before we begin, if you're just joining me, if you can go back and just check out Tree of Life Pendants Part 1 so that we may continue. This is our end product. The last time that we were together, we were using a very small hoop, this size. And you should now have 60 wires that were cut. We started out with 1.5 feet. We cut them in half. And you should now have 60 pieces of these wires, these long, thin wires. They're very pliable, but they're very thin. And you should have 60 pieces. Now, I know it's an awful lot of wires in your hand. So we're going to make this as simple and as easy as possible. And that's what we want, simple and easy. Okay, just to get you started. Now, don't put all these 60 pieces of wire on the bottom of this hoop all at once, because you're going to get frustrated and you're going to give up on this craft. And the thing about this craft is, all crafts is patience and simplicity. And once you begin to learn the basics of this, and you practice, always practice, it's going to become easier and easier, and your creations will be very calming and soothing. So let's begin by attaching the rest of our wires to the base of this hoop. And you're only going to be using about 1 inch at the base of this hoop, okay? Only about this much of this hoop is going to be used, okay? You don't want to spread these wires as you're attaching them all the way around, but you do need them to spiral so that all 60 pieces will fit, okay? Now, if you look at this Tree of Life base, the base of this, you can see, but this is a much thicker grade wire. Okay, so you have to take that into consideration. But there's only about 1 inch used at the base of that hoop to make this creation. The length of the tree, the bark of the tree. That's what we're creating right now with these wires. So remember, spiral as you're attaching each one of these wires. And you're going to see they're going to fan out. And you'll have all these wires. Don't be afraid of them. You're in control of all these wires. Make sure you spiral them around and attach them. And make sure that you use your hand pliers so that there's nothing sticking up. And you don't miss any wire. That everything is inside that inch of space that you're using. And everything is nice and tight and nothing will move. Remember, you want it to look neat, you want it to look clean, and you don't want any pieces to stick out. Because if you start creating these crafts and you are planning on selling them, you won't be selling many if they hurt people who are buying them and using them. Okay? So you have every one of these wires now attached to the base, only 1 inch wide to the base of this hoop. And that's an awful lot of wire. Okay, so now you have all these wires, and they're basically just like all over the place. And so you're going to take the furthest strand of wire that is on the right of your base. Okay, you're going to take the furthest strand of wire. Make sure all these other wires are standing straight and hold them in place. And you're going to take this wire and you're going to wrap it completely. You're going to push it through all the way to the left, and you're going to wrap it around all of these wires, and you're going to pull it through again to the right on the other side of them, and you're going to push it up to the side. And you're going to continue to do this with every wire that you have. You're going to take it and wrap it completely around the next wire. Take the very next wire that was next to it, and you're going to take this wire again, and you're going to pull it completely around to the left and through the side of the wires and back again to the right side and pull it through and push it to the side. You'll have 2 wires to the side and all the rest will be in the center. Okay? And you're going to do that with every one of these wires until every 60 pieces of wires are now circled around the base of all these wires that you have together. Do not make it very tight because we're going to be working on part 3 next. So until then, make sure you wrap all your wires, and I hope that you're having a great night, and thank you for coming. I'll see you again. Bye-bye.